Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Most Best Podcast. I am your co-host for today's episode, Jack, and I'm joined by the host for today's episode, Light. Now, Light, why don't you tell all of our fans, right, the Most Best listeners, what we are doing today?
So, as you can see here, we have all the Pokemon starters up here. We have a tier list going from F to the most best tier. We are going to be ranking the best starters and where they deserve to be placed on the tier list. We're doing a Pokemon starter tier list, guys.
And we're doing it based on the way they look, not how good of a Pokemon they are, not what's best for the game. I'm just how cool they look.
Yeah.
Okay. I have some very hot takes about some of these starters. Some of the starters everybody loves. I cannot stand. I hate them. I will never play as them in my entire life.
Ouch.
And then there's ones that people don't like that I absolutely love.
Okay, well, let's start with one of them then.
So it's Gen 1.
So we got Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur.
So here's a question I gotta ask you really fast. Actually, two questions before we start ranking. First off, are we gonna put? I'm assuming we're not putting all three of their forms.
It's
in
gonna
the
be
same
ranked
tier.
different. The different evolution stages are gonna be ranked differently.
Okay. Second off, when it comes to starter evolutions, what is something you look for?
If it can,
Like, what makes a good starting Pokemon design to you?
it has to be cute. You have to instantly
Okay.
understand the Pokemon, and the final evolution cannot look very different from the start, cause then it's just like, how did we get here?
Okay, so I agree with you on all of that. Like, that's actually pretty much what my thing is. However, I think the final evolution cannot look too different from the start, from like first evolution, but it also cannot look very similar either. It has to look
I
like
feel
its own Pokemon,
example.
but you should be able to. Exactly. You can tell that, okay, Charizard obviously came from a smaller lizard, maybe who wasn't a dragon yet, but evolved into that. And we'll get into some of those later. Like, there's some forms here that I just hate because I think they look too much like their first form. They didn't change enough. And there's some that I think changed too much and look absolute trash.
Okay.
So let's get started with Bulbasaur. I also would like something too. When we go through each gen, so obviously Gen 1, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander. When we're done ranking each gen, I want to say which starter would be the one we would choose from.
Okay, I like that.
As our starter, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start with
I
Bulbasaur.
want to hear your piece on Bulbasaur first.
Bulbasaur, and you may absolutely hate this, but Bulbasaur, I think, is the best starter in Gen 1, and maybe the best starter of all time.
I don't have anything strong against Bulbasaur, but I don't got anything strong towards Bulbasaur either. He is to pick if you're doing like a challenge run, because he can do the he's good against the first two gyms, but aside from that, Bulbasaur, he's just a little green dude. Hi.
That's fair. I say I'm good at putting Bulbasaur in like high B or low A. I think that's probably good for him. I mean, right now he'll be the only one in either one of those tiers. But okay. Ivysaur, his second form. And this is always the way I kind of look at starter evolutions. Their second form should always look like the awkward stage of the evolution, right? It should always look like they're going through puberty and like they're going through those awkward changes before they actually reach their final one. I think Ivysaur captures that perfectly. However, I just don't like the design.
Now I like Ivysaur. Ivysaur, I can't I know what you mean with the awkward mid evolution. For some reason, I don't see it with Ivysaur. It just looks like its little petal is starting to.
Ooh, that's what I'm
come
saying.
out.
That's what I was saying. I feel like it should be that way,
Oh, okay.
and it
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't look that way. That's what I was implying. That's what I was implying.
I just like the little flower on his back, man. Like little like, it looks like an omelet or something. And Ivysaur and Venusaur in extension just flower makes that Pokemon. Know what I mean? I'd say Ivysaur can go around the same tier as Bulbasaur.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you say?
I'd agree. Yeah, I say there isn't anything wrong with Bulbasaur's design. I think it's a good design. I just don't like how it doesn't look like that awkward middle stage I think all Pokemon starters should have.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Venusaur is easily A, if not most best tier. Venusaur
so
is
cute, man.
such a good design.
I love him.
I love Venusaur. Like Bulbasaur, I think is super cute. I love Bulbasaur. I loved the Bulbasaur in the anime when he was introduced. I loved Bulbasaur in that. He sadly never evolved, but I loved Bulbasaur in that. That's actually how my love for Bulbasaur got started. Was I just loved Bulbasaur so much in the anime. Ivysaur though. Ivysaur is like the Bulbasaur, but when it's like grows up, it's like, you know what, I've had enough. Don't mess with me because I can take you on by myself, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, now to move on to Charmander.
Just look at him, man. He's simple. He's simplistic.
My thing with Charmander, right? My thing with all of Gen 1 as a whole is the only generation. I think Gen 1 has the best starters, hands down. I think. However, Gen 1 to me, they all are about the same. I feel like all of the first stage starters for Gen 1 look the exact same. They have the big eyes, really cute and everything. The middle evolution doesn't really, to me, capture that awkward stage it should have, but still does look good. And then the final form just looks so cool, right? I have seen Charmeleon. Charmeleon is goofy. Charmeleon is goofy. I will give Charmeleon. He does have a bit more of that awkward side of him than Ivysaur does. Yeah.
I mean, I could settle.
I don't know. I just don't want to put Charmander above Bulbasaur because I love Bulbasaur too much.
For Charmander. Okay. In front of Ivysaur. They're around the same. Okay. Charmeleon though, nah, he's like.
Then doesn't he need to be in front of Bulbasaur then?
Nothing about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, Charmeleon, like I said, they captured that awkward side of Charmeleon of like his movement and everything.
Yeah.
But his design is kind of basic. They were like, you know what? Let's just take Charmeleon and make him red. I mean, let's just take Charmander, make him red, and give him a pointy head, and then we'll be done. That's what they decided with Charmeleon. And it was like, I don't like how they changed. I think he's too basic of a design. I was talking about earlier how, like, he's too basic of a design. It was almost like the safe option. They're like, oh, we want to. I would have liked it if they, we're gonna make him red.
I kind of agree.
But they give him like small wings, as if like he's starting to display his wings, but they aren't like big wings yet. And then he evolves into Charizard, where he gets those big wings and everything. That's what I wish they kind of did.
So far in Gen 1,
now
is the best design.
Now on to Charizard.
Starter.
I hope you're thinking what I'm thinking.
It's
and
a
you
dragon.
were, yes, sir. Yeah. Charizard's such a good starter. Looks cool. No, exactly. Like, who doesn't like dragons? Like,
Yeah.
Now to Squirtle. I think Squirtle has to
Yeah,
go high B as well with Bulbasaur and Charmander.
Turtle.
Like it's like I said, like you
With
will see
Ivysaur,
later
wow,
on with like
I was-
later gens,
I
but
was
in
gonna
first
say either,
gen
like,
they almost
like,
are
the top
identical with the way they
of
look.
B tier
The
or
first like
A.
stage starters. War Turtle, I would put B as well with Ivysaur. So
I always kind of like.
I've
it.
never loved
I like the
War
wings
Turtle's
on the
design.
head.
No, I actually think out of all of like, besides Charmeleon, out of all of
The
these
thing I always
Gen
find
1
weird
starter
about
designs, it is the
War
weakest
Turtle is
after Charmeleon.
They gave it the wings and like the fluffy tail. How
in
does
my opinion-
any of that
In my
turn
opinion.
into Blastoise?
However,
I always
to
assumed
me,
they were.
it grasps that change enough to it can be its own Pokemon, but it's still a very
I thought
awkward
they were, like,
looking design because it's the
both.
middle stage, which is why I like
Like
it.
Dumbo. Are you sure? I thought those were wings.
Are those
Oh,
wings?
such a
Are those
thumb.
wings? No, I always thought they were just big ears. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah. What? No.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm good with like C or B. I don't care, but I don't want him A.
Fair.
Now for no, but he's not higher than Bulbasaur. He's not. He's at least around the side that Ivysaur is. He's not higher than any of the first stage starters. Put him
I
where
agree, I
Ivysaur is
agree.
now.
He's
You can even put him above Ivysaur. I wouldn't care.
he's just a giant turtle
But okay,
with
now
two,
on to
like,
Blastoise,
guns just
who I
in-
think probably has the best, if not like second best, starter design in all of Pokemon.
Charmander.
He's definitely most best tier. Agreed.
It just was my first time playing the
Now
game.
here's
and
my question for you. Now that we're done with Gen 1, before we move on to Gen 2, Charmander's who you would play. Right, if you had a sex, so here's the way I want to rank them, right? The who you would first play through, first time ever playing the game, not knowing anything about the starter, right? Who would you choose?
So if I
right?
knew all
Then,
the stuff to
second-
begin with, I would go with Charmander.
Well, okay, no, okay, not that, because I feel like most people always choose the worst starter first time playing the game. If you first time playing, if you knew all of the starters, right? You know their full and everything. You know their full
Squirtle.
evolution line, everything like that. First time playing the game, who would you choose?
He will never be my pick.
Okay, now if you were replaying the game second time through, but you did not want to choose Charmander again, you wanted to choose a different one of the starters, who would be the next one you would choose? Okay, so then Bulbasaur would be your last pick always? Oh, okay. That it seems kind of Bulbasaur is in my opinion, but whatever. That's how I kind of want to do it for all of these. So most gens, I have who I would pick if I was playing the game outright, like for my first time. Who I would pick if I was playing it afterwards,
I
and
don't
then who I
hate
would never pick.
Bulbasaur.
The only one
but
I
at the
do
same
not have
time,
that with is Gen
Your
1.
first Pokemon can turn
Ultimately,
into a
I would
dragon
probably
or a turtle
go
with guns.
Bulbasaur first time, but then second time would be Charizard or Bulbasaur,
That's
and
fair.
I don't think I would rank one over the other. I don't hate a single evolution line for starters in the first gen.
Wow.
Yes, but I'm thinking I've always been a big grass type guy. I've
So
always been a
isn't
big grass
Vic-
type guy,
wait,
like or nature
isn't
type in like any
Bulbasaur?
game like Pokemon I've ever played. I just always have like nature related like things. So even if I was like 9 years old playing this game, Bulbasaur would have been the first Pokemon I chose. I can guarantee that. Yeah. Bulbasaur would have legitimately been in Pokemon franchise. It would not have been Charmander. It would not have been Squirtle. Okay, now we go to Jin.
Yeah, I don't know them either. I barely know even half of these names.
That's a good question. Is it vegan to eat Bulbasaur? I would think so. I think. Well, I don't know.
I never played
I have
Gen
no
2.
clue.
I just got Soul Silver. So I need
Let's
to
just move on, right? Next we go to. Well, I need to look up what Chikorita's evolution line is because I want to call them by their names.
Ruby and Sapphire is Gen 3.
Wait. All Gen 2.
How stupid are the names?
Started.
Huh?
I've. Yeah, I need to. I have Omega.
F tier.
Omega Ruby is Ruby and Sapphire. Oh, Gen 3. Gen
Now
3.
here's...
Okay. Let me. Okay. So.
Okay.
Chikorita is the first
So-
one. Which is, in my opinion,
If I give you Chikorita,
F tier Pokemon.
then that means
I
if I give you this,
do
then
not
you're gonna
like
give me Chikorita's final
Chikorita.
form.
keep in
Because
mind.
if you don't like any
Keep in
of
mind.
them, I don't
I
trust
am
you
a
ranking
grass
that one.
type guy. And I do not like a single member of Chikorita's evolution.
Yeah. And pick Chikorita? Yeah, no, same. But the design...
Okay, sorry. I like, out of all of them, I like her final form at the end, like, better than all three of them. However,
Okay.
I would never sit down and play a game as Chikorita as my
If it is,
starter,
I guess.
ever. Okay, I don't care if I'm going to get. I don't care if the final product will be Meganium. I think is how you pronounce the name.
Okay, I'd say her final evolution.
I don't
goes
care
at
if it's my
least
final project.
C
I
then.
will my final product. I will never. Chikorita and Bayleaf are terrible design Pokemon in my opinion.
Yeah. I just love like some designs in Pokemon.
And Bayleaf is D. I think Bayleaf got better, but is not.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, is E. Wait,
So-
Charmeleon is. I think
Cyndaquil
Bayleaf got
wouldn't be
better,
my
but
first
isn't
choice while
great.
going through this generation. But
I'd
it's
say that
not
too.
a
At least
bad choice.
I think at least C, maybe B.
Cyndaquil's
But C, I think is probably best.
Evolution
Best place for her to go.
is so cute. It's
now-
like a small little. I think it's an anteater with fire coming out of its back.
Yes,
I love-
Fair. Now we're going to go Cyndaquil. I want to hear your thoughts on Cyndaquil.
Isn't he the interviewer that interviews like musicians? He's like a Menard Ward and so Cyndaquil, I love the fire coming out of its back. I just can't get
I believe so,
behind
yeah.
the face.
Aardvark.
Something about the shape of it's just weird.
I said
don't think
or an
it's
Aardvark.
the
It is
nose
either an anteater or an
or
Aardvark.
like the beak per se. I just don't like the way how his eyes
man.
are just. There's a whole entire humongous space
said
built
an
for the
Aardvark,
eyes,
but
and
whatever.
they never open their eyes. I don't think so. I don't remember ever seeing their eyes evolve. I don't know. Its face is a bit weird. What do you have to say about this Pokemon?
Do they really never open their eyes?
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting.
Okay. D.
I think
I do
Quilava.
too.
I think with
I think it's better than
I think
Torchic,
with
or not Torchic.
Cyndaquil,
This
Quilava is the
little
second
dude
form.
that
I don't know why I
go.
just call him Quilava. I think with Cyndaquil, they were trying to recapture the amazing magic they had with Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and just didn't do it. I'm good with putting him.
I was
at
thinking
D or
of him
C.
too when you were saying that.
I'll let you make the final decision. Alright, now we go to Quilava. I
Yeah.
hate Quilava.
Well, wait,
I
what was
think
that?
his design is bad. So, do you remember how I was
Okay, yeah,
telling
that's
you?
what I was gonna
I
say.
hate
So
like
wait, where do
too
you put
simple,
this
but like
guy
how you can like
first
how it looks
before
like
I
they
go on
barely
rant?
evolved at all. But I also hate it when it's severely far off.
Okay.
When I gave that
Final
example, I
evolution
was
is
thinking
the
of
most
Cyndaquil's
lazy,
evolution line. There's not a,
horrible evolution.
his
there
his
is
evolution
in
line. There's
any
not
Pokemon
one
game.
member of it that
is
does not
just as an
look like
evolution with
its previous
a little
evolution.
bit more spark and without the little cool little fire peach on the back.
Every member of the Cyndaquil
What's it?
evolution line looks like every other member of the
That's
Cyndaquil
kinda
evolution
cool.
line. I don't know. Personally, I don't
It's just-
like it
it's
as
a-
much. I don't
It's
like
a cool
Quilava
enough
as much as I like
design.
Cyndaquil.
It's just like the others.
No, I agree. I agree.
For
I
real?
agree.
Over Totodile?
I agree.
Bro!
I only like him. I only like that one because his name is cool. Typhlosion.
You want to know who I picked in Arceus?
That's the only reason why I like him. But I'd probably put him in
Piplup.
like E or F, honestly. But
I mean, you have Growlithe, and then you have Chimchar. No, not Chimchar.
this was the hot take I said I
This
was
dude.
one of the hot takes I said I was gonna have because this is
Cyndaquil.
the most popular Gen 2 starter.
I'm not
And
gonna
I
get
do
on
not
Growlithe
like
right now.
yeah, it
but
is.
Cyndaquil, just no.
Yeah, over Totodile. There is an entire fan base.
There's
right?
a lion
Would you even
called Growlithe
mention
that I
how
keep on
Quil
getting
how
to mix up all the time.
Cyndaquil's evolution line's not good? They will like hire the
There's a
FBI to
Bobcat
kill
named
you.
Growlithe.
I swear. Who? That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not. It speaks for
Cyndaquil.
itself. Totodile is just a cute little.
His name is
dude.
Rowlet, not Growlet, by the way.
Huh.
Yep. Alright. It's actually a tiger named Growlithe, but that's besides the point. Alright. What are your thoughts on Totodile? Hello? Thoughts
You
on
know
Totodile?
what
I cannot hear you if you're talking, by the way.
B? Okay.
Oh.
You know what
Yeah,
my favorite thing
Totodile is
about
an A.
this,
Totodile is an A by far.
this
100%.
Pokemon
Totodile
in
is amazing.
specific, the second
Now, his final...
evolution is
His
it
his
looks
second
like
form,
the costumes
Croconaw.
of like
You wanna know why I like Croconaw?
dinosaurs that they use in like
He
TV
is
shows.
the perfect middle
like,
starter, right? He's got
like
that,
the dinosaur show.
he
that
looks different
Disney
enough,
Did.
but still looks
remember
enough
that?
like Totodile that you can tell he came
It
from
looks like
Totodile.
those costumes.
But
It's just,
they
it's
captured that
funny.
awkward
I
stage
love those
perfectly
little
fine.
costumes.
And
This
you
is
can kind of
easy
get a hint of what he's
above
going to turn
War Turtle.
into. I'm good with putting him in B.
So, I can't give you an argument, but I can point out one thing I do find very annoying, and this is the same thing with Cyndaquil, is just that his final evolution looks too much like his previous solution.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Most best tier.
I agree above World Turtle. Now, for alligators, okay? I need you to give me an argument on why he is not most best tier.
Treesicle. Gen 3? Oh yeah, we're already in Gen 3. Wait a minute. The questions.
I will say that. I will agree on that, but I think Cyndaquil,
For the first time without knowing
for Alligator
rest
is
of the lines,
just that good of a
I would
Pokemon that it doesn't matter.
I would say I would go with Cyndaquil without knowing because
Yes, 100%.
there's way more potential there to be something cool. But with
next up,
with
I'm trying
everything
to find
else, but with the knowledge, I would say Totodile. It's Totodile.
I'm trying to find all the names for the Gen 3 starters because I don't know them all. Oh no, wait. Yep, you're right. Thanks for catching. If you were to play Gen 2 for the very first time, what would be the starter you choose?
If I played as Cyndaquil the first time, I would play as Totodile.
I want both, without knowing and with knowing.
He's just the best.
Okay.
I wouldn't not touch them. It's just it gets a while to get to a good Pokemon in the evolution line.
Okay. I've got okay. Which one would be your second choice? Like if you ever played
So Chikorita.
the game a second time, you beat it, decided you wanted to play it again, but you didn't want to choose either. Okay. Yep, fair. And then so what you're saying is Chikorita you just would never touch because she's such a bad Pokemon. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a heads up before I tell you mine. There's only one. There's only one.
Peter, and I'd be like,
two evolutions
hey,
technically, but only one of them went cover here. That the fire starter would be my first choice, by the way. Here.
I don't think so.
Totodile would be my first choice always. And then I think second time, as much as I don't like Cyndaquil, would be Cyndaquil because I feel like at least it's not bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not like Chikorita level bad.
He's
I will never touch Chikorita ever in my entire life, right? The only time I would ever catch a Chikorita is if I was trying to complete the Pokédex. That was it.
Him alone.
But then after I catch it, I will
context of his evolutions, he is an easy B tier. He looks on par with the rest of the starters up there. C tier.
Yeah, Chikorita's bad.
He's like
you think Peter likes
and
Chikorita?
Cute.
I don't think so either.
But he's
now
like that
for Gen 3.
He's like, oh, have you seen that Ruda?
We're gonna start with Trico.
He's like a
what are your thoughts on Trico?
Baby Sasuke before Shippuden. He's like trying to be cool, and I think that's cute. But yeah, C tier, high C tier.
Okay.
Grovyle. Okay. A little bit, but not really.
I would actually put him a C tier, honestly. But I do hear it.
It just looks like all the grass or all the leaves that was built up on the second evolution just put into its tail, and that's the only difference.
I've seen like the first 6 episodes.
Yeah. Now, quite the opposite here. Torchic? I thought that was Chikorita.
Okay. Now we move on to his second form, whose name is Grovyle. Okay.
This would make Rita because it's a chick.
I have a question for you. Grovyle and Sceptile. Sceptile is his final form. Do you see any
But it's
difference
a
between the
fire
two?
fighting.
The answer is
That's
no.
fire
Put them
fighting.
in D, both of them. D at highest, but probably E or F is where I would put them.
What's your opinion on Torchic?
Yeah, I don't not like his
I would
at all.
I
Okay.
would be.
I think
inclined
his
to agree.
evolution is too basic.
It's a
It was
cute
too
little
safe
baby bird.
and not good. Now we go in to Torchic. Okay. Torchic
Combusket
its name,
is
yes.
the
Torchic.
perfect
No, Chikorita is the grass from Gen
Pokemon
2.
for the awkward middle evolution.
This is Torchic. But it makes more sense to be Torchic as well because he's a torch and a chicken. But he's a torch and a chicken. Don't ask me. I didn't make up the thing.
No, I can't back that.
Torchic, all right. I'd say probably C with Trico. Now we got Combuskin and Blaziken as their final forms, as their final two, right?
Combusket is the perfect Pokemon for the awkward middle evolution. Okay, so I'm hearing that this is an
do you want
tier?
to know what I think about Combuskin and Blaziken? This is my second hot take, but just like Trico, they're too basic and needed more.
No, I can't.
They're. I will say they're better than Trico's designs, but I feel like
low D
Blaziken is cool.
or B.
Torchic's cool. Combustion's cool. But I feel like if you put all three of them together, and I didn't know anything about Pokemon, and you asked me if I thought they were the same species, I would tell you no. They don't. To me, they don't look enough like each other for anybody to like actually know that they are the same Pokemon.
Yeah,
Just
at least
different
goes
stages.
best.
If you know what I mean. And that's
Although he
and that's
deserves
really
to-
how I rank.
although
That's
he
really how I
deserves to
rank
be
a lot of them.
around
Is like,
here.
do they look? If I were to go up to a stranger and be like, "Hey, are these three, the same Pokemon, just different stages?" Would you tell me yes? Right, type of thing. I do think Blaziken's design is cool. It's good, but I'm not willing to put it any higher than like C. I think it should really go D, but C, I'd be willing to put it in C. Nope. No B at all.
I agree.
No
I
B
agree.
at all.
If not, I agree more. I think Mudkip should be A, but yeah.
Oh my no. You're not changing C and B just to put it. No.
adorable.
Change it back to the right order. You can put it at the top of C. I'm good with that. Like I said, I like the design.
Combuskin?
I will say I do like
This
the design, but I just don't think as a whole, like Pokemon as a whole, I don't think it matches the vibe of Torchic and everything. Now
him.
we got Mudkip, right?
D.
Mudkip is a B tier Pokemon.
Nuts.
No,
I
Mudkip's
agree.
B. Mudkip is B.
But I'm not giving it C. It looks too awkward.
Mudkip's B. Okay.
It's the most best.
Oh, I mean, hey, I'm good with A as well. If you want to move to A, go ahead. Yeah, I think he's on Totodile level right there.
It's also not to mention.
Next, we got Marsh
I know we're getting
Stomp.
to like analytics here, but
Or Marsh
is
Stomp. Yeah, Marsh.
the
Marsh,
strongest
Marsh Stomp.
starter.
Yeah, Marsh Stomp.
Um,
Here's the thing with
in
Marsh
the
Stomp.
whole
I think
entire,
just like Combuskin,
Pokemon.
I think perfectly. Actually, no. We can move. Let's move Combuskin to D. I think he's good in D. Not E. Move Combuskin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I just have a
Torchic's
soft
evolution.
spot for
No,
Mudkip
that's
because he was my first.
that's Blaziken.
He was one of my
Combuskin,
first Pokemon
the one right
ever
before him.
because
And at the bottom
Omega
of E,
Ruby
at
and
the
Alpha
bottom of E.
Sapphire was my first game, so I was.
Move
it's
him to
always
D.
your
Move
first
him to
starter
D.
that you're going to be attached to the most.
Yeah. I think Marshtomp is the same thing. Like, I think it perfectly captures that awkward stage. And I'm willing to go D or C with Marshtomp.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fair. Now, what are your thoughts
Same.
on Swampert himself? It is the most best. It is the most best. 100% most best tier.
I'm 100%
100%.
with you on that one.
Yeah. Mudkip is, I think, probably my
Controversial
favorite.
take. I
One
don't
of my
think
favorites. Like, he's easily my top 3 favorite in
Turtwig
starters.
himself is
Um,
a really good design. I like the the evolutions are just the same.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Mudkip, is, I think even if I didn't know the starters like full evolution, Mudkip is who I think I would choose for if I was playing the game for the first time. If I ever did a second playthrough of it, I would then choose Torchic, and I would never play Trico.
So
Okay,
it
now
just looks like the
on
same thing between
Gen
Ivysaur and Venusaur.
number 4. This is the Diamond and Pearl games.
True.
I want to hear your thoughts on Turtwig.
I'm fine with putting Torchic at B.
C, I disagree.
Yeah.
The amount of differential in all the evolutions is the exact, just like with Piplup as well, is the
See?
exact amount of difference I want in each evolution. Right? It's simple and basic,
I
where
would
you can tell, okay, this
say,
obviously came from a turtle, a grass
I'd put him
turtle,
down at D,
but it's
just
different enough that
because
it can
the
be
final
classified as its
evolution
own
looks so
Pokemon
good, though.
without having to wonder if it is the
That-
exact same Pokemon as the one before. Turtwig was also the starter I chose when I played through Diamond, so I kind of have a soft spot for him because of that.
I agree. He at least goes here, at least.
Yeah, but I love Ivysaur and Venusaur.
If not,
As a matter of
he
fact,
also goes, like,
Ivysaur. I
back
think is probably
here.
the worst out of those 3.
just-
And I would agree that
looks like-
I think his name is Grottle. I think it's
I
his
don't
name.
know.
The second, yeah, it is the second
He's
one.
like the elderly
He's probably the
dude
worst out of
from
3.
from all
I
the
want to put
movies as, like,
Turtwig.
the wise guy.
Where do you want to
He
put
gives me
Turtwig?
that
Actually,
type of vibe, but then he also has like
that's what I was gonna say was B. I want to put him in B.
he.
Grottle, I'm probably gonna say like
Not only is he like
C.
the elderly dude, he also just looks like a badass.
yeah, I think C. He's
So,
better.
yeah,
He's
most
definitely
best
better than Chikorita's final form, in my opinion.
I think I'm gonna agree with you.
Let's put Grottle, I think, in between Trico and Torchic. Or if we're gonna put him C, put him in between Cyndaquil and Combustion. Yeah, right there. I think Torterra is either A or most best, in my opinion.
What? Yeah.
That is the same vibe I get from him, and that's why when I played Diamond, I named him Oogway
C or B.
from Kung Fu Panda.
Ooh. That's a low C there, man.
I agree. I agree. So, most best tier. Okay. Here's time for hot take number 3. Not only is Chimchar the second out of 4 firefighting types we get in a row. Okay. But, oh no, not even 4. I think it's 5 firefighting types we get in a row. No, he's 6 because, wow, okay. So literally from I think, yeah,
Okay.
from generation like
I can agree with you on the first one.
3 onward,
He is
every
the small
firefighting
little
type
big
literally has been,
monkey. There's nothing
every
special
fire
about him,
starter
but
has been a firefighting type.
You're going to be in the final evolution of this dude,
Which I think is a way overused
like
combination.
that, man. You're going to
Chimchar,
attack
I
Infernape
think,
like that.
looks good.
That's Goku.
Just like
That's
all the
Goku,
first
man.
stages of this gen, I think he looks good. I'd be willing to put him in C or B.
No higher than C. Then I'm going to make this worth it, man.
Yeah.
This guy goes in, I don't like him. He goes in high C then.
I agree. I don't think he's like amazingly cool looking, but now for Monferno and Infernape. Now I don't know if you know this, but this I don't know what it is about fire types. I think they're always overrated in every single gen, more or less, except for the one I actually like.
So there's 2 Pokemon
This is the most
which
popular
I could
evolution
not care
line in
less about
Diamond
what
and Pearl.
anybody says about them. They are just
And to me,
the best
Monferno and
2
Infernape look the
Pokemon
exact
in all of
same. Only one's
existence.
wearing armor and the other one isn't.
Piplup is one of them.
And to me, they don't even look
Controversial
that good.
take. I don't think a lot of people appreciate Pip as much as he should be appreciated because of how annoying Dawn was in the anime and how annoying her Piplup was. But it's a baby penguin.
It's Infernape, I think. Yes, I am.
Bruh.
I couldn't care less if it's Goku. I am not willing to put him any higher than C.
But that's fair. That's fair. He's around Squirtle level, just
Yeah.
cuter.
He's not better than Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle though. He's better. I mean. Oh yeah, you should see
would
what I
put
was
him a
talking about.
bit
Bulbasaur,
lower,
Squirtle, and Charmander.
but-
I'd agree. High C's good. I don't think he looks
I put him
terrible. I just don't think there's
around
enough
here.
difference between him and
He's
the
a good-looking Pokemon,
evolution
but
before him
it's the
to
awkward
actually
evolution,
put him in
but
conversation
it
for like
makes
being
way into one
a
of
great
the coolest looking
design.
final evolutions of all of existence. It's a king penguin, which is a real breed of penguin, the emperor penguin. Search it up, emperor penguins. Swords built into like his hands, and he just has like a crown as a. He's amazing. He's the most best, at least. A?
That's
We
fair.
can- It's a
I'm going to
majestic
say,
looking Pokemon also,
honestly,
man.
Piplup
It's, bro.
is B with Turtwig, but like over Turtwig. I'd put him like where Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander is.
Yeah.
I'd put Prinplup, which is the one that comes out to Piplup, and B as well, but like below Squirtle.
So, I've actually never played
Oh, okay,
this
okay.
generation.
Well, where do you want to put him? Okay,
This is
that's
Diamond
fine.
and Pearl, right? I just got Brilliant Diamond the other day. I need to start playing it once I finish Let's Go
Okay.
Pikachu. But I have not played this generation yet. With that being said, though, with and without the information, Piplup will be my first choice. I love.
Where do
Piplup
you
so
want to put him?
much.
Because I'm thinking A. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my second would be Chimchar.
But I'd be willing to go most best. I do agree. That entire evolution
In
line
my
is pretty
opinion,
good.
my second choice would be Chimchar. I don't like him either, but his final evolution
Here's
looks
the thing with me.
so
right?
cool.
I said
And
the very
again,
first time I
it's
played
Goku.
Diamond and Pearl, I chose Turtwig. I do regret doing that. I wish I chose Piplup. I think Piplup is the best starter out of all of those. If I ever played again, Piplup would be who I chose, not because I chose Turtwig the first time, but because Piplup's the better one. Second choice would be Turtwig, and I would never play Chimchar.
Okay. Phew. Okay.
I didn't finish the game.
Wow.
I got bored of it, actually, believe it or not. I found the game so boring.
Black and White is.
Yes.
I don't know if it's my favorite generation because X and Y exists, but it is, and I know everybody hates X and Y. I love X and Y. I don't know why. It's just so good. But aside from that, Black and White 2 is probably my second favorite generation ever, and is factually the best generation.
No, I'd agree. I'd agree. I only chose Turtwig because I was like, oh, I'm a grass type guy. But after thinking about it, I was like, no.
It just has
Piplup
like,
is
the
the best
vibes around
evolution
it,
line in that entire game.
And cool. The starters are not that good in my opinion.
No, it would be Turtwig. Chimchar's
least
fruity.
most
Chimchar's
of
bad.
them.
Chimchar's absolute god awful. You're weird.
I feel like I know which one that is.
Valid. Okay. Now we move on to Gen 5, which is Black and White.
Snivy?
Now, this is the first and only Pokemon game I have played all the way through.
Wait, don't tell me. Wait, okay.
Yes, I'm working on Ultra Moon right now.
Okay. Now, don't go that harsh on Snivy.
I want you to start off on this one.
So, when I first played Black and White, I actually haven't played Black and White for a long time after I became a Pokemon fan. I actually was watching the anime and playing the card game. Because damn, DS games are expensive back then. Especially for like an 8-year-old me, but I thought Snivy was like a cool, edgy little Pokemon. And then it evolved into this like mysterious snake, which is an amazing evolution.
I'd agree on that. It is such a good generation.
But that was when I was a dumb little kid. I still have some fondness for Snivy because of that. But
I'd agree. There is one starter line that I will always choose over another. And that's only because the starter line was the line I played through when I played through the game, and because it was my first starter I ever played. Nobody can say anything
is
that,
a cute little
that
Pokemon.
makes it.
Snivy
Nobody.
taller sucks.
I better not ever
Snivy
hear anybody
with
say anything
no
bad about
legs
this
superior?
starter because I love this guy.
That is like a masterpiece.
I hate
character
Snivy.
design.
Snivy's booty. Snivy's absolute trash. Snivy's terrible.
I would. Okay.
Snivy is D tier, Servine is F tier, and Superior is F tier.
Snivy is a cute little Pokemon, but I could agree with that for the most part.
No, they're bad. They are almost as bad as
above
Chikorita.
Oh wait, you said. I'm going off the design of Snivy. Yeah. So, I'm actually kind of curious what your Pokemon was that you were talking about that you won't let anybody talk bad about, and I'm hoping to God it is not Tepig. God damn it.
Exactly. My my opinion on Snivy is this, right? You have Snivy, then you have Snivy but taller, then you have Snivy but even taller with no legs. They are the exact same Pokemon. Actually, I wouldn't actually now thinking about it, I wouldn't put
Because
Superior
you
at F. I put it
outsmarted
at
the
like C
company
at the
who
highest.
made the games. Oh.
Only because I hate Snivy.
Oh.
I may even do D. I would do that because like she's. I said C or D. I would probably go D realistically, but I wouldn't. I'm okay with C. I think the design is. I think the design is cool. I think the design is cool. Snivy's design is okay, but kind of lame. Sivine, no, we don't even start on that, right? Next, well, I would just like to say, it was Tepig. I love Tepig onto Pignite onto Imboy. Okay? Not only do their names have good fire puns around them, okay? But I put 17 hours with these guys into only beating the Elite Four. Okay? I developed such a good bond with these guys
to think about now.
That even when I came up with a better name for them than what I originally gave them, I didn't have the guts to go and change it because I felt like I would have been a bad person if I did. Okay? No, I mean better nickname. I nickname every Pokemon I have on my party. I actually would nickname every Pokemon I catch too, but that's besides the point. I started with Tepig and I named him Bacon. Okay. It wasn't until after he fully evolved into an Imboy that I realized Pumbaa would have been a better name. But by that point, he was already an Imboy and we were already at the Elite Four. And I go, he's been Bacon for such a long time. I'm not changing it now. So he stayed Bacon. Yes, I grew an attachment to Bacon, okay? Tepig is a B. He's such a cute little piggy, okay? Pignite, high C or low B. He's a good awkward stage middle design. And Imboy, if you do not want him at most best, he is above Venusaur in A tier.
D tier.
What?
B tier. Fine, he's going next to Torque.
No. He's B tier.
What was his name? Body armor.
He's B tier.
Pignite.
That's fine. He can go next to Torque. Pignite. Pignite. Pignite is a good pun on Ignite because he's fire. Pignite goes low B after Bulbasaur or a high C in front of
Infernape. Or is Infernape? Is it this dude? It goes before.
Yes.
He's almost at the top. He can see the top. He's just not there
I mean,
yet.
at the very top of C. No,
Embor,
he's better.
I can agree with. He
Fine, you know what? He can stay there. But Embor is...
I could agree with that. That's an amazing character design.
Embor is a good design. His name is amazing
Now,
because
Ocelot.
Ember and he's a boy. So you put him together, make him Emboy.
Remember when I Pokemon? Remember, no. There's two Pokemon that
what are your thoughts
I
on
would
Ocelot?
love above anything else, and they are my two favorite Pokemon of all of Pokemon. It's Piplup and Ocelot.
That you
I don't know
didn't
if you
like
can
and the
sense
other
a
one
theme
did.
here. But since I criticized your Tepig, I feel bad, but at the same time,
Is it
I mean,
Piplup and Ocelot? Here's the thing. I don't hate Ocelot. Ocelot's evolution would be my first choice always. Would always be my first choice for... not my first choice, my second choice if I ever went back. If I ever went back and played Black and White again, Ocelot would be who I chose because I played through the entire game with Tepig. Now I'm going to go back and do it with Ocelot. I think the design is good. And honestly, when I remember playing Black and White and got to choose the starters, and I remember sitting there for 5 minutes going, Tepig or Ocelot, Tepig or Ocelot, Tepig or Ocelot, right? Because to me, they were about the same. I did end up settling on Tepig, naming him Bacon, and enjoying my time.
Here's the thing. He doesn't need to be.
However, I am not willing to put Samurai, which is the final form, in most best tier.
Nah. Yeah. He is in...
Ocelot
Ooh.
is not most best tier. I'm going to put him in A, though. I think he's around the same as Mudkip, honestly.
I don't know.
And Totodile.
I don't know why we put
those
Piplup in
three
B.
water type starters, like base forms, are so good. Yeah, why isn't Piplup in A? Piplup in A. Why did we put Piplup in B? Whose idea was that?
Pignite?
Do I?
You said Pignite.
I think just like Pignite is a good middle stage, but I don't know if he's B worthy. You know what I mean?
You see...
No, do I?
Yeah,
I said do I is like Pignite in the form of he's a good middle stage.
like
But
this
like
evolution.
Pignite, I don't think he's B.
It's a good evolution. I don't know if there's anything bad about it.
Unless we do like low
I
B
would
tier. I'm
put
fine
it
with that if we want to do B tier.
Around the same, just like under Mudkip. Because it doesn't have the cute factor as the rest of them.
I agree.
But
I
still
agree.
It's
I
still,
agree.
And I used to want to go where with this guy?
You know what?
Okay,
I'd be
that's
fine
good,
with
that's
that.
good,
Yeah, I'd be fine
because
with that.
Just he's a narwhal ready to kill you. That's
Samurai is not most best
that's
tier,
amazing.
but I am willing to put him at the top of A.
Yeah. A tier has just become like the cute convention.
Like in my opinion, he's a really good design, but I think everybody we have in most best tier is just way better.
It's passable.
A tier to me, so F tier is just bad. E tier is like good, but they could have done better.
A is like
D
the
tier
peak.
is the I see what you're going with, but you still could have done better. C's good. B's more of like super cute. A is
It's
not just cute,
it's
but
Photo
like
Legends.
actually, but like A is like the absolute best they could do.
So everyone has been bugging
like-
me for a while. So you know
And
Attack
then
on Titan?
most best tier is like better than the
you
best
know,
they could
you
do.
know season 4, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly. Now we move on
I
to
don't
Gen
know
6
why,
and
but
X and
whenever
Y.
I look at the chart, the little Tepig guy over, not Tepig, Ocelot guy over here,
Yes.
just the darkness and the
Yes.
postseason keeps on reminding me of Aaron Yeager. This dude, just like that's been bugging me. I had to say that. Okay. Wait. You forgot the questions.
Which one? Oh, Empoleon? Yeah. Yep. I see it. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Gen 6. X and Y. Oh, yes, you're right. The questions. Well, we already know.
Yep.
First playthrough of Black and White. Now, I actually did not. I did not know any of the evolutions for, besides Snivy. Besides Oshawott, for the starters in X and Y. We already know first time playthrough, Tepig, right? If I ever play through Black and White again, or I play Black.
First? You played White.
Because I played
first.
White the first time, so if I ever played Black, it would be Piplup. I mean, not
I
Piplup.
would
Wow,
say
it would be
go
Oshawott.
to Black
Did I
2.
pick? The only way I'd pick Snivy
Black 2.
is if I
Well, don't play White 2. It's that
lost
you
my
already got
my
like,
entire memory. That's the only way
the
I'd pick Snivy.
Zekrom experience. Why not continue the story, but also
No, I played
choose
White.
Reshiram this time?
Because Zekrom was my legendary.
Fair.
So yeah, I played
It's
White.
not really Reshiram. It's like Reshiram mixed with Kyogre, but still. So my first playthrough, Ocelot.
Don't play White too.
My second playthrough, I would go with Snivy. Yeah, I just don't like pigs.
Fair.
So you want to eat Tepig, is what you're saying. You want to eat bacon. You want bacon. You're saying you want bacon dead.
You. It's because you're Jewish, so you don't eat pork. No. But I'm saying you. I'm saying you don't like.
That was awkward.
I'm saying you don't like pigs. You don't like pork. No, I'm not saying I want to eat bacon. I'm saying that I named him Bacon because I was hungry.
Are they
when I
good or
named him,
bad?
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to Gen 6.
So
Gen 6 with grass type. We have
Chespin alone
Chespin.
is a really good design Pokemon. He's cute. I love Chespin. Just
What do you
the
think of
other
Chespin?
evolutions after him are very underwhelming.
Because I have some very strong feelings about Chespin. I'll let you know once you tell me what you think about Chespin.
Nope.
Here is the classic example, in my opinion, of doing too much with an
same.
evolution. Okay? Chestnut looks nothing like Chespin. If you told me, and I didn't know anything about Pokemon, and you told me Chestnut comes from Chespin, I would laugh. Okay? Here's where I would put him. Chespin is either C or D. I don't have a problem with Chespin as a whole. I think Chespin is a pretty good looking Pokemon. Quilladin, whatever his name is, bad Pokemon, he's F. Chestnut is also F.
I can agree with you.
I
there,
think
100%.
Chespin has the worst evolution
I think
line
looks okay.
out of every
but
evolution line
definitely-
we have on this page.
Yeah.
And I say that only because the newest Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet's evolution lines, are not on this page. Not on this.
He's like
If
the
they were,
high
he
of
would
that.
not have the worst. But he does have the worst
Yeah. He's
right now.
here.
He has the worst evolution line. Terrible. Absolute
It's not like
terrible.
high F is a good honor.
But the other two are bad. The other two are bad. Put him in F. Put him in F. Put him in F. Put him in F.
I think.
Yeah, they're both
Okay.
F. They're both F. No, low F. They're bad. They're bad.
I don't.
I guess
know.
he can go high F, but no, everybody else.
I don't
is
think
terrible.
it would be firefighting, but I think it
Next-
might be firefighting. Can you search that?
Exactly. So next we have Finnegan on the Brexian and
So-
Delphox.
Okay. I don't. Okay.
Isn't wait
I'm
is
scared-
is Delphox
I'm-
firefighting or is it fire fairy?
I'm scared to answer this one because I really don't want to sound like a furry. But
I'm looking now.
I'm going to sound like a furry for a sec. I think all of these
Delphox is a
designs,
fire psychic.
except for like the first one, is
So I was wrong. So
perfection.
it's
I-
not
I
6
would
gens in
say
a row where there's the fire
the
Pokemon
second
and fire
evolution,
fighting.
whatever its name is, it can go in like B or whatever. It just, I don't know. I what's its name again? Flareon, Scaleon, Maleon. I don't know. Del. I hope I spelled that right. If it load, whatever. It's just a majestic Pokemon, best of its class. Still long hair coming out like the ears.
Braixen, or Delphox or Braixen?
It's fluffy. It's
Delphox.
I don't know. I can't defend myself.
It's
against
Delphox.
This is just furry bait, and I fell for it. What would you say? What would you say? Okay. See? It's a good Pokemon. I like her. She definitely goes above most of them.
I don't hate Finnegan in that line.
Yeah, I agree with
However, I probably wouldn't put Delphox any higher than B. I'd say Finnegan is,
Under
I think,
Venusaur?
probably a C. I think Finnegan's a good Pokemon. I think she looks nice. I think
I don't
think-
either.
I think
But it's
Braixen.
d-
I think they could have done
okay,
more with
okay,
her.
okay.
I want her
They
in
are
D.
different. They are different. These ones are very cute. This one
but
is.
I think
like,
Delphox is
I'm
like
not
B,
gonna
but like
say hot, I'm not
under
gonna say hot.
Venusaur.
But it's
Yeah, I don't think Delphox is better than Venusaur.
moving on.
But I also don't think it's better than Oshawott, Totodile, or
Froakie.
Piplup, or Mudkip.
Froakie.
But like, we can't have them at the bottom. Okay, so we're putting them at the bottom. Okay, cool. Let's go.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Okay. Froakie?
Yeah. Oh god. Whoa, that's
Froakie is
lot.
a B, in my opinion. Or an A.
I
You did
would
not
say
just move
he's
Delph. No. Put no.
around here.
That's thank you. I put Froakie like A, where like Oshawott and Totodile and Piplup and Mudkip and all them are. In my opinion, I think he's good. Frogadier, I'd put in B. I like Frogadier's design really well.
Peak. Most best.
I don't know where in B I put him. I think that's probably good. And Greninja. Don't you dare move Delphox. I'm watching you. Unless you're gonna move her above DY.
I was putting
touch
him in most best tier. I wasn't putting him in at like. Okay.
There we go. Greninja. You put Greninja down, and I'll tell you if I agree with you or not. Put Greninja down, and I'll tell you if I put Greninja down in the category, and I'll tell you if I agree with you or not. Okay, I agree and don't agree. Greninja is top of most best tier in my opinion. Yes, top. I like Greninja better than Charizard. Nope. Greninja is and in my opinion, I think the best final evolution out of any starter. Greninja Greninja is such a good what's the word I'm looking for? Design. I love Greninja. When I eventually play X and Y, Greninja Froakie will be the starter I choose. Hands down. If I ever play, I own both X and Y, so if I ever play X, I think I'll probably play X. I like that legendary better than I think I'll play Y because I like that legendary better than X's legendary. If I ever do go by and play X, I'll probably pick.
I chose her the first time I played.
Finnegan.
But then I watched.
Only because I don't like Chespin, but I even may just go back and do Froakie again because Froakie's just that good.
Greninja was. And not only did I see how cool Greninja was, it was Ash Greninja that sold me on the whole entire Froakie.
Why did you put Delphox in front of Froakie?
The coolest designed thing aside from
I don't care, but like stop.
That those Pokemon in that generation can have.
There if you want, but like.
And also, it's the best shiny, the best starter shiny in my opinion. Greninja's shiny is like all black, but like the it's like white dots all over him. He looks so cool. Yeah. On a second playthrough, I'd choose Fennekin for Gen 7.
Yep.
Oh no. Okay, to be fair,
I agree.
It's not like it's not like
I'm gonna look up what the shiny looks like because I'm not sure.
You got a dolphin, and you got a bird.
Bro, that's actually sick. Yeah, that's amazing.
But there's 3. You see, Okay. So
before we move into Gen 7, please tell me you are not one of those
I knew you were gonna say Rowlet
fans.
And I'm just gonna say I never understood why people love Rowlet so much. Okay, but how? Dartrix? That's what you named it? Oh, okay.
Yes, but one of those is better. And one of them's worse. To me, Litten's evolution line is the middle. It's the middle.
The final evolution.
It's neither the best evolution line and neither the worst evolution line.
It's one of my favorite.
But Litten's not the first one up. It's the grass, right? It's Rowlet.
That we have had in a long time.
Because Rowlet is amazing. Okay, Rowlet is my current starter. Sorry, Dartrix is my current starter. In Sun and Moon right now that I'm playing. Yeah, that's his. No, Dartrix is his second one.
The crocodile.
It is a Dartrix.
for Coco because I
Decidueye
thought
to
he
me,
was going
I
to
think
be
is the
a
best
different
final
evolution from the
form
leaks
of this
from the
gen
leaks
starters.
saw. I was disappointed when he continued to turn to an alligator and not a Chinese dragon.
That is Decidueye. Yeah. It's the
what I do
it is
whenever
the
I
best
get
final
a
evolution
Pokemon
out of
game
every starter in this
or
gen.
not when I get a new one, but like when a new one comes out, is I go to the first route, catch like
I'm
a double of a Pokemon,
well. What's the best in
and
Scarlet and Violet?
surprise trade that
'Cause
Pokemon
none of those.
until I get
There's not a
something
single starter
And from
in
doing that, I
evolution
got
or
all
any, or
three
like main
starters.
form or evolution that I would put
And
above C
after
in Scarlet and Violet.
evolving this all the way up, I realized it's probably the best
Yes,
evolution
Fray
we've got
Coco.
in a long time. The final evolution,
He really. Chinese Dragon would have been cool. That's what they should have done.
I don't
However,
want to say ever gotten, but it is the best form we got.
Quaxley
in
is probably the
least
worst
past
starter on
3
the face of the planet. I
generations.
do not like anything about Quaxley.
Ever since X and Y, we were starting downhill. Yes, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the downhills. Yeah, no, they keep on getting worse. But this is the best one we've got since it's become worse. Yes, I agree with you. What? No, Sword and Shield sucks. I could agree that Sun and Moon is the best in the downhill, only because Sun and Moon is still a really good game.
No, it's not. It's bad. It is bad. It is bad. It is bad. It is terrible. It is garbage.
It is a very good generation.
They should have kept it on 4 legs. And should have made it a giant saber-toothed tiger.
But
and then I would say it's the best one we've ever
got.
got.
Downhill, and that's just the best we got in a while. But okay. I don't. Okay. Where is Rowlet in the Smash Bros. Cast?
I will agree with that, but
I don't see.
We are still in that downhill.
Where is Rowlet in
the
Smash Bros?
The Pokemon have gotten worse since X and Y.
Exactly.
Like, over
But
time, they've gotten
is?
worse.
This little
No,
duder
it's not.
over
Sun and Moon
this
is
little-
probably the best we've gotten since X and Y. Maybe Grookey and Sword and Shield. But
he's in Pokken. He's in Pokken.
well, I'm not talking about game. I'm talking about evolution-wise for starters.
Incineroar? What do you mean? It's a cat. It's a red. It's a red. It's a red cat. Are you saying that you see where it's heading?
What?
Like John Cena, you can't see him.
He's not in it.
That was a dumb joke.
Okay, but hey, let me tell you something. If you're playing a fighting game, do you want somebody who is literally built like The Rock or somebody who just has feathers for arms? Exactly. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I would like Litten's final form. I'd probably like Litten's evolution line the best.
How about
whatever his what's
you
his name?
just don't let Litten evolve
if
them.
Incineroar made sense with the rest of the evolution line. It doesn't make sense. No, it's not a cat. It's literally John Cena. No. Do you remember how I was telling you? Do you remember? I'm telling you, I can't. I cannot see whoever came up with that design working for Nintendo any longer. Here's my thing. You know what I was saying earlier? I feel like um
So
trying
I can
too
agree
hard
with that. That would be a very cute thing
to make a
see.
Pokemon look cool, or not trying enough just makes the Pokemon not look good to me. That's what they did. That's what they did with Incineroar, right? I feel like if you're gonna make Incineroar be Incineroar, make Litten already be standing on 2 legs like Meowth, right? You make him. I'm not against Incineroar as a Pokemon. I'm against Incineroar being Litten's final form. I think I think you let Litten. I think no, guys. Look, I think Incineroar looks good. Okay, I think he's a cool Pokemon. But in sake of the whole line being whichever line's the best, because Litten and whatever the frick he evolves into before Incineroar is in front of Incineroar, it makes Incineroar that much less cool to me, right? What they should have done to fix this evolution line was make Litten like Meowth, okay? Make him standing on 2 legs and make him like a boxer, okay? Then make him evolve into Terracat and make him still on 2 legs, but have boxing gloves on, okay?
He's a cute little doodad.
And then Incineroar, and he's this full-fledged wrestler, right? That would have made it better, and I probably would have picked Litten as the best fire, as the best evolution line in this game, in this gen. However, they didn't, right?
Yeah.
And because they didn't, I
agree.
don't see this line. But anyway, we need to go back to Rowlet, okay? Because we haven't even ranked any of them. Rowlet,
I can
to
agree
me,
with that too.
is...
I
I'm not
always
going to put him
liked
B. He's
the-
not... He isn't a B
the
quality
hunter,
Pokemon.
like
I'm going to put him
like,
C.
always
I think
hiding-
C is the
I don't know,
best
that
place for
vibe is
Rowlet to
always
go.
really cool. Like mysterious shadow hooded guy in like the trees
I think
with
that
arrows.
Rowlet
I always find that
is
stuff cool.
still a
so
really
yeah, I
cute
can agree with
Pokemon.
that.
I like him a lot.
But-
That bow tie is amazing.
But
Um,
counter argument.
I agree. But
Cat.
B is not... No, he's not... He's not...
Yeah, you're a
good.
dog
He's not good.
person.
I put
you're
him
more
in
of
C
a dog
tier.
person than cat.
Now, Dartrix, right? As much as I love Rowlet, Dartrix is E
Yeah.
for the exact same
With-
reason.
With the thing that you
For the exact same reason, Charmeleon's there.
suggested, I do say that is a
He
way better
feels
idea than
too
what they do
awkward.
with Litten, but at the same time, Litten himself is just a very cute, adorable Pokemon that deserves to be in B tier.
Decision
Now,
wise,
with the
the final
evolutions,
form
I understand where you're
is
coming from,
A or most
and I
best tier.
agree with you. But I don't think they're bad. I think. Well, no. Well, yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. So, I agree with you,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I also disagree with you. It's not that they look like each other. That
I don't like. I'm not a
they
huge
don't
fan of
need
cats as it is.
to look like each other.
I am a dog person. I am.
Every single other starter.
But I don't
does-
think Litten's bad. I think Litten's cool. I just don't like the way they made his evolution line go.
But yeah, no, but like, same thing with Snivy and his final evolution.
I'd agree.
Exactly,
I'd agree. He's
definitely,
cute.
like-
I'd be fine with putting him in B, honestly.
Okay, so every single Pokemon that we've seen so far, at least
I don't think
to
you
their final
know, you
evolution,
misunderstood what I
unless
said.
you're
I
special in
don't
your
think a
but-
single member in Layton's evolution line is bad.
I just
I just
I
don't
don't
think a
think
single
that
member in Layton's
Litten
evolution
needed
line
to
looks
look like
like
the
it
rest of his
belongs in Layton's
evolutions.
evolution line.
to be a good starter Pokemon. Cause now I know what I said in the very beginning, how the presets to being a good starter is like he needs to look cute. It needs to look similar to the rest of the things. Now it does look similar by like it's a cat and it's
I
color
agree.
theme.
They don't need to look like each other.
Think that they took liberties
But they need to look similarly enough
and it
to where if you only saw, like for example, if you only saw Incineroar, right? You never saw Litten, you never saw Turkite. What do you think he came from a tiny little cat like that?
Did he?
Exactly. Snivy looks just like his final evolution.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only difference they made.
They're all very feminine looking Pokemon.
Chespin's booty.
Over a cat?
I don't know. I think Litten did well for the same reason Poplio did well. He did. Poplio was the most played starter in Sun and Moon by the female audience. Well, but I'm saying it did well. Litten did well because he evolves into big wrestler, so all the little boys playing the game are going to choose him, right? I feel like when you do something like that,
like the girl audience,
it doesn't make it good because you're targeting one certain type. It's not like
because there's a big difference.
Bulbasaur, Charmander,
because
and
like little
Squirtle,
girls
right?
watching
Where
Little Mermaid,
they look different enough throughout all the evolutions, but they also look good enough where you can pick it, play it, and enjoy the game, right? Statistically, Rowlet was the one chosen by all of the older kids and like adults playing the game. It was Rowlet that they chose because he looked the most well-rounded starter-wise and was visually most eye-pleasing, right? Rowlet and Poplio were very much. Poplio's going to target all the female audience. Litten's going to target all the male audience because we want money and because kids are the majority of people that play Pokemon. If we give them a big wrestler and a mermaid as their final things over an actually good evolution line, we'll make more money because we'll have more kids wanting to play the game who aren't necessarily into Pokemon to begin with. Because you'll see all the girls that go, oh, it's mermaid, I want the game, or oh, it's wrestler for little boys, I want the game, rather than actually playing the game because they like Pokemon. Especially after X and Y got all the hate it did.
Obviously not. But I feel like
I'd say majority. Well, I'd say majority. I'd say the majority is probably little, right? However, I don't know very many like grown women who don't think the same way that like little girls do. And when I say that, I mean most. Now you can know people that are completely different than this, right? Because everybody's different. Everybody likes their own things. Most girls I know who are around my age, 18 years old, right?
Even a little bit of girls that are around
will buy anything with mermaids on it, princesses on it,
I never
or what's the other thing? Or like flowers or anything on it, right? Young girls are more or less the exact same way when it comes to things like that. I honestly question myself that I ask myself that same question all the time. There are girls that we work with that are different than this. So I'm not going to say Poplio was to target every single girl on the planet who played Sun and Moon. Just like Litten wasn't to target every single guy on the planet who played Sun and Moon.
Well, yeah.
But I feel like anybody who played the game to play an actually good pick an actually good evolution type did not pick Popplio or Litten as their starter.
Yeah. Sylveon's the fairy type one, right? Sylveon's the fairy type one, right? I agree. She sucks. Oh yeah, but so is like Espeon.
I know. I'm not saying everything where I hang out with is this type of thing, but I'm saying
To Growlithe?
heck, my sister, right? She's 14.
Oh, yeah.
She cannot stand princesses or mermaids. But what I'm saying is, most men, when it comes to
Now I'm just
like
confused.
media
Okay,
games and anything like that, unless you can create your
what's
own
the second
character,
evolution
right?
for Litten?
Or more
Terracat?
likely, or
It's a
unless the
fine
character that
thing.
it
It
gives you
goes
is just super
below
high.
Litten, in my
Most
opinion.
men
What do
are
you say?
most likely to go towards
But indeed-
masculine
Yeah, okay.
things,
Incineroar.
and most girls are more likely to go more towards feminine things. That is why Sylveon is the most liked EV evolution
What would you do to play
within
in
most. Like if you ask most women, Sylveon's their
Okay.
favorite EV evolution. For that reason, I think Sylveon's the absolute worst EV evolution out of all the EV evolutions.
Yeah, I see.
What?
So Popplio, Piplup, whatever his
Yes.
name is.
She's bad. She's terrible. But most girls like it because it's a very feminine design, and because of that, they lean more towards it.
Yeah.
Which was the argument I had with Incineroar was it was less of like he fits
So
in and more
that's the
because he's super
problem- that's the
masculine
problem
and
I have with Popplio.
wrestly. More boys and younger teenagers will go there because it's more masculine, and so they're leaning more towards it, right?
2016?
No, to Litten's evolution line. That Terracat. I'd put it in D, honestly. Yeah. I think Incineroar is a good design. I think I think he belongs in A. Yeah, I wouldn't put him in most best tier. I'd put him in A.
Okay, but Piplup went
Nothing.
into Penguin.
The design's good. I just don't think
Key.
it's most best tier good. You know what I mean? A lot of times when I judge evolutions, right, for starters, it's less of what the evolution looks like and more of how does it fit into the evolution line. And that was my problem with Incineroar when it was first announced. Because I was like, I don't see, and I was like this even as a young kid. I was like, how does that fit into like Litten? Like when? No, that is the exact problem I have with Popplio. That's why I hate Popplio. Because, let me look up, when did Sun and Moon come out? Let me a second. When did... It was 2016, so I was 10, right? That I would say would probably be the age that like they were trying to target with Incineroar. But I looked at it and being, you know, a sensible person, I am being a sensible person I've been my entire, like, life. I looked at that and go, why would I want to play Incineroar? That evolution line doesn't look good, in my opinion, right? I'll get more in depth with that with Sword and Shield. Popplio, on the other hand, is the exact same thing. You have Seal that goes into Seal, that goes into Mermaid, that makes absolutely no sense, right? And Ooh, that's the thing, and we'll get into that in a second when we talk about Grookey. I think if they're based off of an animal, right? The best thing you can do is keep them on that same route for an animal, but make their final evolution not the same animal. That was my biggest problem I had with Chimchar. It wasn't that Chimchar's evolution's bad, it's that he goes from being tiny chimpanzee to medium-sized chimpanzee to big chimpanzee. And it's the exact same thing all the way through. Grookey goes from tiny monkey, I think he was a capuchin, to a bigger monkey who I cannot remember what type it is, to a gorilla. It's still a monkey, but it slowly over time changes to being a better, more powerful monkey to make it feel different and better as an actual Pokemon.
What does WWE
right?
star have to do
Because
with
each
Hawaii?
Pokemon evolution is technically a different species of Pokemon. And there's a different species that comes from the species before it. But I feel like if you take it and make it, oh, it's a different species, but it looks just like the previous species, is it really a different species?
Yeah.
It's almost like, you have the humpback whale and the blue whale. They're the exact same. They are both species of whales, but they look differently. They have several same characteristics and several things that are different about them, but they look different, and that's what classifies them as a different species, right? To me, you can't classify Chimchar and Monferno and Monferno Ape as different Pokemon because they are all the exact same species of monkey, right? And to me, with Piplup, you have a seal who evolves into another bigger seal, looks different. Okay, that's cool, but then evolves into something that's not even related to a seal. It's a mermaid with a seal face, essentially. Do you see that was kind of my problem with with Litten's evolution line is you have a cat who evolves into a bigger cat, maybe looks better, but rather than staying a cat and maybe going into a tiger that looks good and everything, it goes into a full-fledged wrestler, which has nothing to do with being a cat.
I would say Litten would be the one I would go for first. And then after Litten, I'd go with Growlithe and leave Popplio to die.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm actually already doing that because I'm playing.
Exactly. Now you catching on and thinking like me.
So.
Because mermaids live in the ocean. No, I agree. It's still bad. The only good part about Popplio's evolution line is Popplio, and Popplio's a deep. But the thing is this like Sylveon was created to target female audience, and that was it, right? It was never meant to be taken seriously. I feel like
the first time was I did the crocodile guy,
and that was the problem with it. And I feel like that was the biggest problem with a lot of the evolution lines they've gotten since.
It has the only decent looking final evolution.
X and Y is that you have one pretty good, if not decent one, and then the rest are meant to target some kind of something within everything, right? And it's like, okay, but like, why not just make three good?
Wait, what? No, I don't agree.
Three good.
I spaced
evolution
out for a second.
lines.
Is that I agree? I don't agree. What the hell? No. Sprigatito, nah.
That's how I look at it. What are your thoughts on the Sword and Shield
what do you
starters?
What do you think? What do you think? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Okay. I 100% agree with you. Yeah.
I would do the same thing, but I would just switch Layton and Valid around. Now, even though there's not 9, we don't have Gen 9. I will go by Gen 9 real fast. If I played, I would probably do Freyquoko, then Cronklidor, then Skeledridge, whatever his name is. Then I'd have Sprigatito my second time, all the way through, and I would never want to play Quaxley.
Definitely above Trustpin.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Me and you had the same exact.
I will. I will say. I
Mhm.
will say. Sprigatito, which is the cat's evolution line, is actually better than I remember it being.
No.
I just still think that the fire crocodile looks better. Um.
Okay.
However, the stupid
Sobble
duck, Donald.
A tier or
What?
B tier. I
um.
agree.
Anyway.
I 100% agree.
Anyway. Now
Um,
let's get in.
eh, all the other ones
Sword and
just
Shield,
really suck. I'd be
starters.
comfortable putting them both in F.
I think.
Okay.
I think Grookey's evolution line is the only good evolution line in Sword and Shield.
Which this could have been a good middle stage
I'd
evolution
put Grookey
if the final
at.
evolution.
I
Led
think
up to
Grookey
good.
was like, oh yeah. I feel
I
like
just find it weird.
I'll get into that in a second.
I don't-
We're gonna go Grookey. So I think Grookey could go B. I think the cuteness of it matches like Bulbasaur and all of them. In my opinion.
Bottom
In my
of
opinion.
A.
Thwacky, which is the next form. I'm still not the biggest fan of Thwacky. I think they could have done more with Thwacky.
Okay.
I'm good with putting him in C or D. I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all.
Looking
Yeah,
at
I'd agree. He's
Score
very
Bunny
awkward, like I think a
again
middle
now,
evolution should be. Yes. I'd put Rillaboom
Okay, so
in most
hear me
best
out.
too.
Hear me out.
Rillaboom is a
Score Bunny is the least
Rillaboom
good
is a
looking one
good
here.
final evolution, right? And
So-
I found out what Grookey's evolution was before I found
Yeah.
out any of the rest of them, and I go,
Um,
oh
this
shoot,
dude-
maybe we're gonna get actual good evolutions now. What I want to know your thoughts
I
about Sobble's
agree.
evolution line.
But I also disagree.
I'd agree.
No,
I'd
no.
agree. I'd agree. I'd agree. Sobble's an A or B tier. I think A. I'd put him up there with Oshawott, Totodile, Poplet, Piplup, all of them. Drizzile is a D. Well, I disagree and agree at the same time. I think Drizzile sucks. I think this Drizzile should go E. I think they were trying to capture that.
Seriously,
I think they were trying to capture that awkward middle stage.
I'm not saying I disagree with you with Raboot's placement.
I agree.
I disagree with
I
you
agree.
saying Raboot is the best looking one here.
I don't know. I don't hate the final
I
evolution.
think this dude.
I think the
deserves
final
S-
evolution
a-
could
a-
go A, honestly. Yeah, I like the final. I really like the final evolution. I did hate it a lot. The
I
anime
guess.
helped me like it a bit better. I do think the worst evolution line
Yeah,
in
give it like
in
an
Sword and
Incineroar
Shield
final
is Score
form.
Bunny. There is
This
not
was-
a member of the
this
Score
was
Bunny evolution line that I like.
Very weird tier list. I don't know.
Including
how
Score
to-
Bunny.
How to feel about it. More.
Oh, I agree. Score
Yeah.
Bunny's like a C
Here,
or a D.
it's more like we are current.
Rabu
currently
is cool.
changing
I
each
would put him
other's
B. I think
opinions.
he's the best looking design out of all
Like,
three of them.
it's,
Here's my problem.
mhm.
Well, we don't have to do B. We can go C if you want, but I do think he looks the best. My problem with
Um,
Score Bunny
yeah, I agree.
is I feel like they mixed up the awkward stage and made that one the final evolution. I would have been perfectly happy if they made Score Bunny, then Cinderace, which is his final form, the middle stage, and then gave another form that was even better than Cinderace as the final stage. I think that's what they should have done. I don't see how Raboot fits into that whole thing, but I also do think it looks the best out of the three.
You might be somebody who loves Piglet or whatever his name is, Tepig. And which in that case should be just wrong, but
I'd agree. I don't
I
hate
mean, they
Cinderace.
could,
Cinderace
like,
is
just
definitely an A tier, but I think Cinderace
Same.
matches more of the awkward middle stage than Raboot does. And I think what they should have done was not even do the Raboot design they did, make Cinderace the middle form, and then just give it an entirely different last form for him and make it better looking. But
don't forget to also subscribe and share with anybody
so
who you think would like this video. Any Pokemon fans you have, your brother, your dog.
it was interesting because I feel like when we did the Lego game tier list, it was very much you
Pokemon.
knew what was going where. Here with Pokemon and starters, everybody has yeah. Starters very much have you either love them or you hate them, right? Now before we end the episode, Sword and Shield, Grookey would be my first choice, Sobble would be my second, and I would never play Rabbit. I would never play Squirrel Bunny. But I'm trying to think. After that, but no, I agree. I don't think you'll ever find a Pokemon starter tier list that'll ever be exactly like another one. You may have similar ones, like you may have them in S tier having Charizard and Greninja and stuff like that. But you'll never have one because realistically starters are just preference. And there being 3 starters you can use, you may have someone who thinks Chikorita is the best starter on the planet. Heck, you may have somebody who thinks Chespin's evolution line is the best evolution line out there.
You might be somebody who loves
Piglet, oh my, I love Tepig. I don't know, Tepig's amazing. Anyway, I am hungry and want lunch. So, I think now is a good time to end it. I hope all of you most best listeners out there, you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like it, leave a comment, let us know what your favorite part was and what you liked about it the most. Also, yeah, anybody who likes Pokemon, yeah. Your mom, your cousin, your grandfather, your grandmother, your dog's dog. Exactly, your pet Pokemon. And please watch more than 4 minutes of this video. Like and subscribe, turn post notification bell on. Also, Gorilla Front Flip.